so the answer to your question is no. The answer to your question is no. No, I don't think it's wrong. No, for the third time, I don't think it's wrong to not continue on the legacy.
I got you, buddy.
I'll ask you a question. Wait. I need you to answer my question now. And I agree, you can like declare victory after you've said nothing but nonsense.
You didn't answer none of my questions.
Well, wait, yeah, I answered it. I answered it like at least 5 times. I think everyone heard me answer it like over and 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 over again. But I can answer it again. Yeah. What's the question? I'll answer it one more time.
I think I got you.
Yeah. Wait. You think? Do you? Wait. I have a question for me.
Is it okay?
Do you think that? Do you actually think that you got me or? What was the question? Sorry.
Yeah, I did because you couldn't answer my question.
Wait, yeah. I think I answered it like 6 times, but what's the question?
No, you didn't. You didn't.
I think I did. I think I answered it. I think I gave the answer no like 6 times. But what was the question?
And answer it right now.
Yeah, I think well the answer was no.
The
answer was no.
Okay, 1 second.
The answer was no. So that's everyone heard me answer no.
So it's wrong.
Wait, in what way?
Because you can't live.
Well, yeah, but that's going to be true of like an entire group of straight people as well.
So it's wrong.
That's going to be true of like an entire group of like, yeah, it's like literally yapping about nothing, unironically.
It is wrong to die.
Wait, is it wrong? Is it wrong to die? It's not wrong to die. Everyone's going to die. That's like obvious.
You're jumping. You're jumping, buddy.
Wait, you're not saying anything of substance. Do you want to repeat the question or do you want to keep on like pivoting like a coward? Yeah, you can keep on like grandstanding, like you can like puff out your chest and like say nothing like a coward, or you can just like answer the question. Let's not be a steamrolling Steve or a grandstanding Garrett. Let's just be a good faith Gary and a debating Daniel.
So I made you admit it is wrong to be
yeah,
gay
wait. So let's go through what was the question?
That's why if you put 100 gays on the island in 100 years,
I'm gonna need you to stop deflecting. So what was the question?
I'm gonna go off. Take care, buddy.
Well, okay, I accept your surrender. Folded like a chair.
Not the running.
Scrambled like an omelet. Peeled like a grape. Dunked like an Oreo. Cooked like a souffle. Get absolutely shreked. Wait, you won so hard that you need to leave.
You're right.
Oh. It looks like he's losing brain cells by the second.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Damn, I wonder if he thinks that he actually did well in that debate. Yeah.
He probably does. Ignorance really is bliss, isn't it?
Yeah, real. Yeah. I'm sure that every day is an easy day when you're that guest.
Yeah.
Not a lot of critical thought needs to go on.
Not a lot of thought, period.
Yeah, but keep on double tapping on that screen. Let's get all the way up to 20K. Glad that you can join me.
Thank you.
Hey, hello. What's up? How's it going? How old are you?
I'm 19.
Yeah. Do you think being lesbian is wrong?
I don't think it's wrong, me personally, but I think God thinks it's wrong.
Okay, so do you think it's like wrong to be a lesbian who isn't in your religion?
I think the act of a woman and a woman intimacy is wrong.
So you think it's wrong?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. But Cyber, thank you so much for the $10 on Venmo. W Cyber in the comment section. I really appreciate that. Yeah, so it just sounds like you think that being lesbian is wrong insofar as like being like part of being lesbian is presumably doing like the lesbian like sex acts.
No, I don't really know about the term lesbian. I'm just talking about women on women intercourse, sexual intercourse.
What do you? There's like a term for that, right?
Sex?
Lesbian.
The lesbian, that term lesbian, I'm not so like familiar with it, but I just know that women and women.
Why did you read the word lesbian and then feel compelled to hop in the guest request if you don't know what the fuck lesbian means?
True.
Okay, so what does lesbian mean?
You really have no idea what lesbian. It seems like you know something about it. Like you're talking about like sex.
It's women who like women are attracted to the same sex.
Yeah. So do you think that's being? Do you think it's like wrong to be like a woman who's like dating a woman?
If that's what a lesbian is, then it's wrong to promote that. Yes.
Bro saw 2 women hugging on your background and was just like, no.
For real. That's true too. Like you can just like read the context clues. For real. Yeah, so why is that? I'm not sure what you mean by promote it, because we're talking about like being lesbian. I don't really know what it means to be like promote lesbianism. I don't think people get like marketed lesbianism. I think they are like either are just lesbians or like aren't.
I think the nature of the nature of a way the lesbian has sexual intercourse, which is with the same gender.
Yeah,
I think that is wrong.
Why is that wrong?
Because it's one of the 613 commandments that a woman shall not sleep with a woman.
Wait, first of all, which commandment is that? But second of all,
from the Torah, the one given.
Why do I care? Well, I think that's like that specifically isn't true, because I know that there's like a big deal in like Jewish orthodoxy about how like lesbianism is actually the one that's okay in Judaism.
I'm not sure.
Could you provide like the specific verse that shows the commandment? Because I'm actually pretty sure that's not true of the Torah.
So there's 613 commandments.
Yeah, which one?
I'm not exactly sure which one, but it's one of them. I'll tell you that.
Oh, well, I'm telling you that it's not. So.
I promise you it is.
Yeah, so then give me the verse.
A woman shall not sleep with a woman. I don't know the exact
which verse is that? So if I type in a woman shall not sleep with a woman.
Search it up. I promise you it'll come up.
And this is going to be in the Torah, so the first 5 books.
And it's in the Torah, given from God at Mount Sinai 2,000 something years ago.
No. So it prohibits like men with men. It never prohibits women with women. Like if we want to get technical here.
It does.
Oh yeah, no, that's just not true. So the verse you're thinking about is like Leviticus 18:22, which 1 only applies to Israelites, but 2 is about like men with men,
no, the 7
not women with women.
The 7 Noahide laws, which are universal
so could you provide the source? I'm telling you that's not the case.
The 7 Noahide laws, which are to every.
Can you give me the source?
I'm giving you the source. It's called the 7 Noahide laws. Like
yeah. So wait. So if I typed in like 7 Noahide laws.
7 Noahide laws, you'll see either number 6 or number 5 is no sexual immorality or adultery.
Yeah. So what are these? Where are these like derived from? Presumably these come from like scripture.
These come from the one God, the only God.
Oh, so it's an outlaw on like sexual immorality, but this is just question begging, because the question is, why is it sexually immoral? That presupposes that it is sexually immoral, so you need to justify why it's sexually immoral. That's the original question.
There could be a whole we can get into like the whole reason why it's sexually immoral, but even if we had no idea,
that's like the original question, big dog.
Even if we had no idea why it's sexually immoral, it was given by God. I mean, it's like
yeah, but God actually never prohibits lesbianism, so.
That's same sex, that's homosexuality.
Yeah, can you show me where it says like specifically same sex neutrally? Because it like there are prohibitions about it's men with men, but there are prohibitions of like women with women. So could you show that?
So all I'm saying is that it is wrong. I'm not saying that.
Yeah. So just your conclusion again. Gotcha. Do you have like evidence to support your conclusion?
The 613 commandments.
Yeah. Can you show me which of those commandments says that being lesbian is wrong?
I don't have them in front of me.
Gotcha. So you have literally no evidence.
No, I'm telling you the 613 commandments is in the 5 books of Moses. And
I'm telling you it's not. So clearly, so you say yes, okay, I say no. You're unable to provide evidence for your side, so it seems like we're just at an impasse. Do you have another argument?
But is this not a verbal debate? Like all the evidence I can bring is just verbal.
It's a verbal debate, but anything you say should have some kind of evidence to support it. If not, then you're just being delulu. So,
yeah.
You guys can literally search up a simple.
Yeah, I literally just searched it up.
Twice.
Yeah,
what else are you supposed to do?
Then you're not looking for it.
Yeah, I am looking. It's not there, big dog.
Everyone in the comments will tell you that it is in the 613.
Well, wait. So could they also provide the verse where it says that a woman with a woman is wrong? Okay, they're not going to be able to provide that verse, that's for sure.
Can I bring it up within 45 seconds?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, take your 45 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. Oh, you got 5 for hate speech.
Flat speech is crazy work. Oh my god.
That's wild. If you're enjoying the debates, make sure you're dropping a follow to both me and Sam. Keep on double tapping on that screen, sharing it with your friends. Drop a follow so you never miss a single debate in the future. If you want to support the stream, Venmo's allegedly-ian. The Cash App is just allegedly Ian.
Hold on. Hi, Dylan. This isn't my platform, so you can't just like come up and stuff like that. But love you.
I want to say hi.
It's okay. Hi, Dylan. Also,
Hey.
bye, Dylan.
All right. Bye-bye, Dylan. But thanks for coming up. Steph, thank you so much for the heart. We appreciate that. Is it like a friend of yours?
Indeed.
Okay. That's chill.
How y'all doing, people? How y'all doing? I hope y'all are having a good, blessed day.
Doing well, doing well. How old are you?
Amen, amen. 18, brother, 18, brother. How y'all doing?
Doing well, doing well. Do you think being lesbian is wrong?
No, but I do think it's kind of a perversion. How do I say it? So
What does that mean?
Well, let me explain, please. If you don't mind, let me explain.
Yeah,
so
that's clarification.
We
Go
had
for
a
it.
savior. We had a savior, Jesus Christ, go on the cross, die for us. Resurrect on the third day, right?
This is Yap, by the way.
No, this isn't. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah,
so
I'm just asking you why being
can you let me
lesbian
speak,
is
sir?
wrong.
Can you
I'm
let me
asking
speak, sir?
wait,
Can you let me speak,
no,
sir?
Well, not if it's
Can you
not
stop
relevant.
speaking over me?
Not if it's not relevant. I'll let you
Jesus
speak if
Christ-
it's relevant, not if it's not
Yeah, it
relevant,
is.
though.
Yes,
You're
Jesus
just because
Christ-
you went
Jesus
directly
Christ
into
is
like your
love.
Kent
You're speaking
Hovind
over me.
speech, like no one cares.
Jesus Christ is love.
Big dog.
You're speaking over me.
Big dog. I don't
Big
care
dog.
if Jesus
Brother,
Christ
you're
is
speaking
love.
over me. Yeah, Jesus
do you
Christ
have,
is love.
Do you have an
And
argument?
what I did was
or?
pervert
Wait,
it
that's fine.
to
That's
the
fine.
point
This is
where-
like good hot to go time. Go for it.
No. So Jesus Christ is love, right? And because we love sin, we pervert it, right? So we pervert it and we kind of change it. And so we have these thoughts where we like to like dogs. We like to like men and all these. That's why we have all this happening in America society, because we left Jesus Christ out of this picture. That's all I have to say for those who don't believe.
Wait, are you running over? You're running? Are for real?
Running? Oh, because when I have people that don't believe in Jesus Christ,
Wait, are you about to leave?
Hold
Really?
up, let me speak. They're gonna just spew nonsense and not believe
Are
because
you?
they don't believe
Do we have a
Jesus.
dashing Daniel on our hands? Do we have a fleeing
No, you're
Floyd?
not letting me finish.
Do we have a running away Randy?
Running away, Jesus? Because I'm running away because I'm saying Jesus Christ is God.
Well, are you about to leave?
You came up to say your piece, and we allowed you to speak, and then you said, "Actually, now that I'm done preaching, I'm gonna head the fuck out." That's not
True.
really.
It's not really preaching. We're supposed to be living by the word of God, but since we love sin so much, we kind of just care about ourselves, if that makes sense.
It's
Okay.
giving
Yep.
youth pastor.
All right. Yeah, just for you.
Well, I would love to be a youth pastor, but in this world and time of day, people kill people like that. Why? Because Jesus Christ is true, living God. So we have Christians that get killed, persecuted. You know what's something they don't teach you in history? Back in AD, 50 million Christians were killed and persecuted. That's not what they
did teach that in my school.
No. Yeah, you know what they taught you? That the Jews were the only ones that were killed. Let's see.
No, they taught us about like Roman
Also, Jesus
Colosseums and
Christ
the
was a Jew. You
prosecutions
wanna
of
know why he
Christians.
was a Jew?
Wait, Jacob, can we calm down? I want to have a productive dialogue with you. So the argument in response is just going to be that God isn't real. I can prove this with a couple of questions.
That's your argument.
Yeah,
That's what you believe in.
let's do a couple of
That's what you
questions.
believe in.
One, do you think God is all just?
God is justice.
Yeah, but is
God's
God
not
all just?
No, Jesus Christ is justice. He's
Oh
the
yeah,
one
so
for
is
the- So if
everything that
if a
God
woman
does
is getting
just?
raped, if a woman is getting raped in the
Let's
back,
chill. Let's use TikTok-friendly language, Jacob.
You chill. Let me
Jacob,
speak.
can you say? Would you mind saying
if
raped
a woman
instead?
is getting raped in an alley, right?
Jacob, let's
and
chill
nobody
out.
sees that.
Maybe
the only
let's take
person
the
there to
mic
judge
and let's
is
pull it
Jesus Christ.
far,
What are
a
you
little
telling
bit
me, bro?
farther from your face. Let's pull the microphone a bit far from you.
Make
You're
some
like
sense,
swallowing a
brother.
microphone.
Make some sense. You are spewing
Yeah,
nonsense.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what? I'm so tired of having this argument.
Let's go question by question. Let's go question.
Right?
Okay, that's fine. We'll just run it. So if God is all
I say is not
good,
going to go through your head.
if God's wait, don't be a running Randall. Don't be a running Randall. If God's all good, why do we have earthquakes?
Jesus Christ always wins in the end.
Do you want to answer the question? Do you want to answer the question?
You are not a god.
Wait, Jacob. If God's all good, why do we have earthquakes? That's the question.
Because, bro, what? To show us who to live by. To show us who we need to listen to.
What do you think my question is, and how do you think that answers it?
Why do we have cancer?
No, wait, that wasn't the question.
No, be honest.
The question. Wait, the question was.
Because mankind is so
God. Wait, that wasn't the question. You're being a not listening Noel right now. So the question again is just, if God is all good, why do we have earthquakes? Not if God is all good, why do we have cancer?
Stop muting me.
Yeah. So do you want to answer the question?
Yeah, we have cancer because of mankind is evil.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's the second time you got the question wrong. The question again. Wait. Let's really put our listening ears on this time. If God's all good, why do we have not cancer but earthquakes? The question is not cancer, but
just
earthquakes.
say you want to be on your own God. Just say it right now.
Wait, it seems like you can't really answer the question. Do you have an answer to the? I'll ask it a fourth time for you. If God's all good, why do we have earthquakes? Whose will do earthquakes stem from?
Well, that's just a natural human thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's a natural human thing.
That's just a natural thing that we gotta.
Gotcha. And who made nature? That's just a natural
thing.
Who set up nature to do that?
It's another way of saying we should believe in Jesus Christ because this world is not fair. This world's not fair. All right. A lot of bad things happen to people.
Can I ask who set up
Jesus Christ and not in the world? Wait, science and evolution, brother. Come on.
Jacob, can I ask who set up nature to do that? Who is responsible for nature doing that?
You act like it's always God's fault, brother.
I'm just asking you. Wait, I'm not acting like anything. I'm just asking you who you think who's at fault for the creation of earthquakes. Where did earthquakes come from? Who decided?
Nobody's at fault.
So who created nature?
God did.
Oh, so then it sounds like God created nature, and nature causes earthquakes. So it sounds God caused earthquakes.
Like I said, if you didn't listen to me, life's not fair.
Sure. Then if life's not fair, then God's not good.
If someone gets raped in the alley, God's gonna be there.
All right, Jacob, you gotta stop saying the R word.
We're just talking about earthquakes right now, and I know you're desperate. You want like some evil that you know you can like regurgitate the words free will to, which is why I'm running earthquakes at you. Unfortunately, like a scenario about rape isn't analogous to a scenario about earthquakes.
It's okay. We're gonna hear how you feel.
It's okay, buddy. You can just answer. You can answer the question. It'll be okay. Nobody's gonna be mad at you. Nobody's gonna yell at you. Nobody's gonna threaten you with hell if you just answer the question, buddy. Let's stop being a running Randy and let's just answer the question.
Oh, I'm not running away.
Okay, so now that we've established that God is the cause of earthquakes, let's do this. So if God does something, is it good?
Oh yeah, it's always good.
Yeah. So if God does something, it's good. God does earthquakes. What do we know about earthquakes?
And what does the devil do? He perverts
Wait. What's the conclusion?
What does the devil do? He exchanges the truth for a lie.
I just asked you a question, Jacob. You need to wait, Jacob. It's time to answer my question, Jacob. No. That's fine. We'll keep on muting you until you answer the question. So you agree that if God does something, it's good. God does earthquakes. So what do we know about earthquakes, Jacob? What's the conclusion to the argument?
I may look bad,
answer the question, Jacob.
Christ isn't.
Jacob, I don't. Nobody cares about your preaching. Everybody just wants you to answer the question, Jacob.
Nobody cares.
What's the conclusion to the argument?
That life's not fair.
That's not the conclusion. So let's run through this again. Wait. Jake, let's do a fun little logic problem. So if it rains, the mail will be late. It rained. What do we know about the mail?
This guy is retarded. Yo.
No, Jacob. Unfortunately, that's a word that you can't say on this stream. But imagine calling like somebody else the R slur when you can't answer like basic questions. But make sure you're dropping a follow, double tapping on that screen, sharing it with your friends.
Diabolical work. Diabolical work.
Don't stop double tapping on that screen. Let's get all the way up to 50K. We got this. We can do this.
Indeed.
What's up, Reese? How's it going?
Yeah,
Glum, thank you. Yeah. How old are you?
Yo, 21 too.
Yep. So do you think being lesbian is wrong?
I wouldn't say it's wrong, but I say it shouldn't be practiced.
I'm not like. Do you think it's like morally wrong? Because I'm not really sure what the difference is.
It's like, I ain't gonna say like, oh, you wrong for being lesbian. Like, it's your choice, but it's like something you shouldn't do.
But do you think it's immoral?
Yeah.
Okay, so why is it immoral?
Because, well, in my belief, it's like in Christian, you're supposed to be a man and woman. They was brought together to. Do you think it's wrong to be a nun? Yes.
You think it's wrong to be a nun?
Yes.
What?
And you're Christian?
Yes.
You know that's like one of the highest.
It's like straight to super
as a Christian you can have, right? This is heretical as fuck.
Yeah. Listen, if Christianity is true, you're gonna be hanging out with the lesbians in hell for all eternity for saying that you think it's wrong to be a nun.
Got that velvet upholstered seat with a nameplate on the back. Just for you.
That's crazy.
Are we sure we want to go down this road, Bestie?
Yeah.
Are you sober, Bestie?
Huh?
That answers my question. Never mind.
Do you think it's wrong to take like a vow of celibacy as like a Christian man to be like a monk?
No, it's not wrong. It's not wrong.
Yeah. So
if it's save yourself to marriage.
No, but like a vow of celibacy, like just to dedicate your entire life to being like a monk, like a Christian monk. What? What was that? Did you say something? Do you think Jesus did something wrong by not having children?
No.
Okay. So it seems like not having children is totally fine if you want to.
Yeah, it's your choice.
Yeah, cool. So then it seems like being lesbian isn't immoral.
I mean, we're not saying that Jesus is lesbian, are we?
Well, yeah, but you said like being lesbian is wrong because it's supposed to be like man and woman. The problem is Jesus never formed one of these like man and woman partnerships.
That's true, but like.
But what?
That's a nice one, but hold on, let me think.
H-O-T-T-O-G-O.
I don't know. You kind of stunned me right there, but.
It.
So you saying Jesus is wrong for not having kids?
Well, that would be what you would have to say if this is what you believe. I don't think that I don't think Jesus was wrong for not having kids. That's like his choice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Johnny has 5 apples. Oh my gosh! Thank you for the hand heart.
Yeah, it's like something to think about, right? Like maybe if Jesus didn't need to form like a man and woman bond, then maybe it's okay for other people to not form a man and woman bond.
Damn. This is above my head.
Yeah. Do you have anything else?
Nah, that was about it.
Yeah, well, yeah, think about that. But appreciate you coming on up here. Appreciate you being like open-minded. Let's get a W. Guest in the comment section. Folded like a chair, scrambled like an omelet, dunked like an Oreo, cooked like a souffle, absolutely demolished. She will never walk again.
Damn, you just completely ate them up.
True. Did you see how fast he fled though? It was like 0.2 seconds. What's up, Gordo? How's it going?
What's up, man?
Yeah, how old are you?
27.
Yeah, do you think being lesbian is wrong? Thanks, Tank.
I guess going back to what that other guy, he was like, I guess it's not morally appropriate, you know, but I guess I'm willing to, I guess, I don't think it's wrong, but.
Do you think it's like immoral?
I just think it goes, because I'm a pretty hard Christian as well, and I think it goes against Christianity, you know?
That's fine. So what about someone who's not a Christian? Do you think it's wrong for someone who's not a Christian to be lesbian, or do you think everyone should follow everyone like needs to follow your religion, and if they don't follow your religion, they're immoral?
Well, I mean, that's pretty much, I mean, everybody has free will to believe in what they believe in, you know what I mean? And I just personally don't agree with being lesbian or gay or whatever, you know?
So you think that everyone who isn't a Christian is like a fundamentally immoral person?
I wouldn't necessarily say that. I mean, it's because of Christianity. Its bottom line is to spread love.
But like clearly not, right? Like, how is it loving to not let people love the people they want to love?
That's anti-love, if anything.
True. It's like less love.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, like, as being a very devoted Christian, I mean, we're taught to show love, you know. And I mean, I'm gonna love the person regardless if they. I mean, my mother-in-law is gay herself, you know what I mean, and I love her just as. So I don't think it is. I mean, I don't agree with it, but I mean, you have to just, you know, you love the person for who they are, you know.
Yeah, but do you think like being lesbian itself is wrong, and if so, why?
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
Yeah, do you think it's wrong, and if so, why?
I mean, there's kind of really no answer because everybody has their own beliefs, you know. I think it's wrong, personally.
Yeah, I'm asking you.
I think it's wrong because of my biblical beliefs, but I mean, not everybody believes the Bible, you know, like as you don't, so.
Okay, I don't know. I mean, I guess like, what's your evidence that the Bible is true?
Excuse me?
What's your evidence that the Bible is true?
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's one of the oldest books in history, and I'm sure that there is proof that Jesus was here, and I don't think that it's ever been proved to be disproved either.
Oh, yeah, so there's like a couple things here. First, the oldest book in history is a Buddhist text, which means that if you think like it being like the oldest book in history is an argument for the Bible, in actuality, that means that you have to be a Buddhist, but you're probably not going to do that. You're probably just going to not mention this argument ever again, which is fine. Second, just because Jesus existed doesn't mean he was the Son of God. And third, the Bible is like very easily disprovable. For example, the flood makes like literally no sense. I mean, you know, if there was a flood that wiped out all life on Earth, where'd the trees come from? How were like the saltwater and freshwater fish capable of surviving? Like one of them must have been unalived by the flood. How did the kangaroos get to Australia? How did people breathe oxygen if all the trees were no longer around? There's just like no part of that story makes any sense at all, and there's also no evidence that it happened.
Well, the Christian belief is also only off of faith, so I mean, you have to have faith that it happened. So.
Oh, okay. So you have no evidence. You just have faith.
I mean, present day, yeah. I mean, I've never seen the evidence personally, but I'm pretty sure there is. Like 99.9% sure that there is evidence somewhere of the Bible being actually written and stuff like that. But
Can we have it?
Yeah, I'd love to see it.
Well, like I said, I don't have it. I'm sure it's here somewhere.
Oh, that's not.
Oh, you're mute. I don't know if you know you're muted, but oh yeah, okay, now you're good.
No, it's because I'm at work and I keep getting work calls and it's muting itself when the calls are coming in.
W blocking the work calls. Let's go. Yeah, okay. I guess I can just go for like a direct Bible contradiction. I mean, it says that God's all good, and then he commands like genocide. That's pretty fucked up.
Well, I don't believe God. I mean, God is all good, of course, but I also believe in the devil, and there's wrong in that nature. So
but when God says like go to the Amalekites and like take the lives of their infants and children, do you think that actually wasn't God? Do you think that your Bible contains falsehoods?
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
Do you think so? When in 1 Samuel 15:3, God tells the Israelites go over to the Amalekites and start slaughtering their children, and just like all the other people. So I mean, if you think that was the devil, then that means that your Bible contains falsehoods. Otherwise, you need to give an account of why like slaughtering children is good, actually.
So I mean, just how God is loving, there is also a wrath of God, in which God is the one who flooded the earth. Right? When you reflecting back to what you said about the ark and stuff like that, So I believe there's other things, like I said, there is a wrath of God, and that's whenever people sin against him that there's consequences,
So what was the sin of the Amalekite children?
I haven't really read too much in Samuel to give you that information.
So it's because they did a sin, you just have no idea which one?
Well, I'm sure there was no reason for it.
For the slaughtering of the infants? I agree.
Well, I mean, I'm sure it was because of their people. Like I said, I'm not really too familiar with the story that you're telling. So,
do you think that like a people group doing something wrong means that we have like carte blanche, like moral justification for slaughtering their kids?
Oh, I'm sorry, bro. I'm trying to answer your question. Like I said, I'm at work. Give me 1 second.
Should I move on to the next guest?
Yeah, go ahead, bro. Go ahead. It was nice talking with you, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming on up here.
Yeah.
Make sure you're double tapping on that screen. If you want to support the stream, Venmo's allegedly-ian. The Cash App is just allegedly Ian. Both are in my bio. Sam also has their Venmo and PayPal in their bio. If you wanted to plug those for a second.
Sure. I don't remember them, but they are in my bio.
W. Let's go. Yeah, you're gonna have to do some reading. But make sure you're dropping a follow to both me and Sam, and keep on double tapping on that screen. Let's get all the way up to 50K. What's up, Justin? How's it going?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, how old are you?
44.
Okay. Do you think being lesbian is wrong?
Yeah. I mean, I do believe it is.
Okay. And why is being lesbian wrong?
Well, what I do is if you take out all emotion, right? Take out love, take out feelings, take out all of that. What is a human body made for?
It's not made for any purpose. I think the body has function. I don't think the body has purpose.
Well, okay, then what function is it made for then?
Lots of different functions. The body can, like, hopscotch. You can, I don't know, like, write down a book. You can say words with your mouth. Like, it has, like, a million different functions.
But we're talking about sexual things. So what is the body made for with sex? Like I say, take the love out of it.
Well, I don't think it was made for anything. I think that it has function. It doesn't have like a purpose.
It does have a purpose, and it's called repopulating or creation.
And how do you know that that's the purpose?
Because only a woman can have a child, and a man has to have that seed in order to pregnate the egg, which is inside the woman. So a woman's body is made, or the function of a woman's body, without feeling, without love, without anything now, is to have children, so the earth can continue. I'm sorry.
Justin, apologies. One, purpose implies a conscious mind. So if we were to have purpose, then someone would have had to decide what that purpose is, and that would have to be someone outside of humanity. Neither of us believe that kind of being exists. So if you do, you'd have to prove that. Number two, for the people that aren't able to have children, or for example, maybe aren't able to produce semen, or aren't able to have a full reproductive system, would those people be inherently purposeless to you?
No, because in every thing out there, I mean, even with the dogs and everything else, animals, there's always that one or the two that just can't do it. But what I'm not trying to say that disproving or being disloyal, I guess, well, loyal probably the wrong word, but say that someone is less valued because they can't do that, that's not the question that you asked. The question that you asked me was it wrong? And if we take the functioning of a woman and a man, it is to create, so the world can continue to go on. If we did not recreate babies and grow those kids up, we would not exist in several years. Now, I've done the math. If we just stopped having kids right now, 80 years, and we would be done?
Yeah, give or
So we
take.
would
So there's
say-
like a couple of things here. Again, saying that that it's like creation, that the function is creation. Creation isn't a function. You're ascribing a purpose. So you would need to warrant the existence of like a purpose giver, and at that point, it's like just completely subjective. Additionally, sex has lots of functions. It like grants pleasure. It makes you grow closer with your partner. In some situations, it can be used for reproduction, but it has a lot of functions overall. But I think the question that I have for you is: do you think it's wait? But the question that I have for you, do you think it's wrong to be like a nun who takes a vow of celibacy or a monk who takes a vow of celibacy? Do you think that that's wrong, or that's like going against their purpose?
Well, again, that would be bringing religion into what we're talking about, right? So they do
already
that
doing that.
They do that for religious purposes. They feel like that's what they need to do to gain a more spiritual place in God's kingdom, right? So that's more of a religious thing, not a sexual thing. Now, they do not have sex, absolutely, but that's something they're willing to give up to be more spiritual. So that's a more religious thing that you're asking.
Yeah. So what you're doing is just pointing out that these are two different things. I agree they're two different things, but if your argument is just that it's like wrong to not reproduce, then this is going to apply equally to people like nuns. The fact that they do it for a religious reason doesn't change the fact that they don't reproduce.
No, it doesn't change the fact. Even if somebody said, you know what, I'm not going to do it, period. But what I'm saying is that you asked me, was it wrong, right, to be a lesbian or to be gay? Well, if we use the functionality of how we recreate people and how we keep the human race alive, well, if everybody was lesbian, right, all the females were lesbian and all the males were gay, we would be dead in 80 years.
That's not the case, though, right? Because so there's two things. First, we have access to things like surrogacy and IVF, which means that that's just not going to be the case. That lesbians actually are capable of having a kid via advanced technology. But the second problem is that this is actually going to be the scenario where that would be true. Is that if everyone were like a monk or a nun and they all took vows of celibacy, then the world would also all die off after 80 years. But you think that there's a problem with being lesbian, yet there isn't a problem with being like a nun or a monk.
Like, again, being a lesbian, and again, you're putting spiritual things in it and emotions into it. So the question that was asked, and maybe I'm answering.
There's no emotions in this.
Right? Maybe. Well, a nun is emotional.
Well, I'm not sure what you mean by that. I don't know what the sentence "a nun is emotional" means.
Yeah. So when you're being spiritual, right, you're doing something off emotion or that way, right?
I don't know what that means.
You're trying to gain something by not having sex. That's emotion. But in the reality, you're able to have children. Yeah. I think
this is like saying that like meditation is like an emotional act, so that you're just, but that doesn't really seem to be the case, right? Like I don't think that this is like an emotional thing. I think that this is just like a thing about like focus. So, pointing out that these are like two separate cases doesn't change the fact that it has the exact same principle. The principle that's going to be violated in both cases is that it's going to be true equally that in a world, or actually it's not going to be true equally. It's going to be completely unequal because a world full of like nobody but lesbian and gay people would still be able to like have children just through modern technology, whereas a world full of like monks and nuns actually wouldn't be able to have kids at all just via their vows. So a world full of nuns and monks actually would lead to extinction, whereas a world with like gays and lesbians wouldn't lead to extinction. But you think that being a nun is, or like being a nun or a monk is fine, but you don't think that being like gay or lesbian is fine, which just means that you have like a double standard that doesn't make any sense.
That's putting words in my mouth there, but it's not a double standard. It is simply, you're saying that, oh, well, if I'm a gay, right, well, I can still have a kid because I'm still going to choose to use the sperm from this man and get pregnant, or I'm going to have that. Well, that might not be the case if people say, you know what, no, I'm not going to give you my sperm because I am totally gay, and you're not going to have my baby because I don't want to have to take care of it.
Well, unfortunately, it's a good thing gay people don't say that.
Well, you don't know.
I do know, actually. Yeah, I'm like quite aware. Yeah, gay people donate sperm all the time.
So everyone that you know that's gay donates?
No. Just like a lot of gay people donate sperm. Not everyone. Just like a lot of gay people donate sperm.
I'm pretty sure a lot of Catholic priests donate a lot of sperm to a bunch of nuns too. You know what I'm saying?
I hope not.
Well, I'm pretty sure if you look at history,
I think a lot of Catholic priests donate a lot of sperm to a lot of little boys.
Well, I'm not going to disagree with you that either. But yeah, so you asked the question, and that's kind of where I'm at with that, man. It's just, I try to take all the stuff out and look at, the way the world is, and if we didn't have kids, we would be done. And so our bodies are made to reproduce, and I think that's where we stand. And
yeah, I just don't think that like really responds to the argument that I don't think that you have like a consistent principle for why you would say that it's always wrong to be gay or lesbian, but it's like not wrong to be a nun or a monk. Because it seems like the principle that you appeal to for why it's wrong to be lesbian applies like much harder to people who are monks or nuns.
Well, again, even if they are trying to do it, if we're talking into the sense of recreation, and that's what we're talking about, right? Then absolutely, it would be wrong. In that scenario, it would be wrong, right? In that scenario, absolutely, 100%, it would be wrong. If we're looking at we need to recreate or reproduce on this earth, and we need all the males and females that we can possibly get, absolutely, 100%. I mean, if you go back the end of time or the beginning of time, I mean, there wasn't no nuns or anybody doing celibacy because they had to have as many kids as they wanted to have in order to have the population that we have today. So
yeah, that's fine. But it seems like you would say that. So you would still be applying a double standard because you'd be saying that like, well, it's wrong to be lesbian because if the entire world were lesbians, then nobody would have kids. The problem is that when we talk about like being a monk or a nun, you want to evaluate at the level of this world, the world that we live in right now, whereas this like hypothetical world where everyone is gay or lesbian. So I think we need to either pick one or the other. If you want to say that, like, well, imagine if all people were this thing, then we can play the, well, imagine if all people were this thing game. Otherwise, if you want to play the, well, in this current world, is it moral or immoral game? We can play the, in this current world, is it moral or immoral game? I don't think that it's immoral to be a lesbian. I'm not sure what principle we would be appealing to that. Kayla, thank you so much. Appreciate that.
So, I mean, if we put religion into it, and I think that's kind of where you're trying to go with the monks.
Not really.
And nuns, because that's kind of the two that you're using. So we're using something that religion says is bad, and then we're using something that religion says is okay. So we're using something that religion says gay is bad, and then we're using something that it says it's okay to be a nun or a monk or whatever. So there's two differences there. So if we have to use one of the two, so we're going to be, it wouldn't be a double standard, then it would be,
yeah, no, that's correct. Yeah, that wouldn't be a double standard in that case. Yeah, but that would just mean that the reasons that you gave earlier aren't actually the reasons you hold for thinking that like being lesbian is wrong. It's actually just your religious beliefs.
No, it wouldn't be a religious beliefs if we take all the religious things out and just look at the human body itself.
Well, yeah, so the body has functions. It doesn't have purpose.
But right, if we look at just the human body itself, just the human body, then you wouldn't be able to do nuns or any of that stuff. It's just the human body. What is the human body for?
Well, if we're just looking at the human body itself, we can't really do like lesbians or like gay people either.
Right, you can't do none of that because that's
Well, I mean, you just can't construct the categories, is what I'm saying. Like gayness doesn't exist on like an individual's body.
Right, gay. It's for another opposite sex in order to reproduce.
For anything, right? Like you're implying like a purpose. Bodies don't have purposes. They have functions. My hand can go up like this. I don't know, if I was born like 6'11" and really coordinated, I don't think that would mean that my purpose is to like play basketball. I just think that means like functionally I would be really good at playing basketball. Wait, Sam, where did Sam go? All right. Oh, all right. Yeah, it's so just because your body like is capable of doing a specific thing doesn't mean that that's like the right or wrong thing for your body to do.
Phone call took me out.
I would have to disagree with, if we just take of the world can do it, then, and if without that one thing, not, we can do without basketball, right? We can do without a lot of things. This world can do without that. But one thing that the world cannot do without is creation.
Yeah, but you can still have creation and lesbian relationships.
Wait, okay, Justin. What basically you're saying that the thing that makes being lesbian wrong is the fact that it doesn't lead to reproduction, right? Just making sure.
I'm saying the design of a woman's body or a man's body. I'm not just focused on lesbian, right? So you can say lesbian or gay, whatever you want to talk about.
And any kind of homosexual act does not lead to reproduction, which is what makes it bad, right?
Exactly, because that's not what the function of a body's for.
Okay.
Because then we're looking at pleasure, right? That's pleasure.
But hold on, Justin. But hold on. You would then have to say that everything else that also does not lead to reproduction is also bad.
What are you talking about?
If you only apply this principle to lesbians or gay people, then you would be special pleading. So anything that applies to all other acts that don't lead to reproduction would have to be equally wrong. For example, like Ian said, being a nun, being a priest, having sex and wearing a condom. Like literally anything that stops reproduction would have to be wrong to you.
Well, there again,
then you would be logically inconsistent.
You're taking pleasure and you're putting pleasure inside this act.
Do you think
inside something?
Well, I'm just asking you because, like, presumably that's like also a pleasurable act. So do you think like making your wife climax is wrong?
There again, bro.
That's a yes or no question.
It's not the question.
Well, but that's the question. That's the question I'm asking you. It's a yes or no. Do you think it's wrong?
I'm not going to answer that.
Why? Wait, are you scared of the question? I'm confused why you wouldn't answer that.
I'm not scared of the question. It's just because my little girl's in here. I'm not going to do that.
Oh, well, you can just say like the yes or the no. You don't need to go into like lots of detail or something.
Well, I'm not
also, plus, like if you're.
I didn't talk about parts. I just simply said that if you take emotion and everything out of it, what is the human body for, whether it's a male or female?
Well, yeah, but clearly, like, it's not wrong to pursue pleasure.
Take the pleasure out. You got to take everything out and find out what the human body's for, scientifically.
Yeah, but can I get an answer to the question? Also, science wouldn't agree with this at all.
Yeah, no.
Well, even in nature, right? Even in nature.
Wait. I just need like a yes or a no.
If you go to dogs, what does dogs do? Do they gay dogs?
Wait, can I get a for like the fifth time? Can I get like a yes or no? I do want the yes or no answer. God, what am I, like, chopped liver? Fuck. Can I just get the yes or no? Can I just get the yes or no answer? Do you think it's wrong to make your wife climax?
No, it's not wrong. It's pleasure.
But yeah, perfect. So then pleasure isn't wrong. Awesome.
That's not what we was talking about. That's totally off topic.
Well, you said that we were bringing pleasure into it, which for some reason you seemed like took validity away from the argument. But if you don't think that seeking pleasure is a bad thing, then why would it take away validity from any of our arguments?
You asked a question at the very beginning of if this was wrong, and then if I have to defend that or try to where we can have a debate, right? That's the reason y'all are on here, is to have a debate. So let's have a debate. So
yes,
the debate
we're having a debate, but if you're logically inconsistent, then your argument doesn't hold up. That's the problem, which is why they asked you if you think pleasuring your wife is bad. You said no, but previously when we both presented arguments, you said, but you're bringing pleasure into it, implying that the pleasure aspect is what took away validity from our arguments. But if you don't think pleasuring someone is bad, why would that take away validity from either of our arguments?
Okay, because he wanted me to answer the question, so I answered the question.
Yeah.
But at the very beginning, I said you take emotion and everything out of it. That was the first thing I said.
Oh, wait, so if you just go into like a world that isn't our world, then you get different results? Okay, that's fine.
Y'all are around the picture here. So if we want to have a religious I mean, well, I guess we could get into religion because I think that's where y'all want to go anyway, right? So,
I mean, not necessarily, but like I guess I don't know.
There's that as well.
There's this sick new argument that I want to run. God, this argument's a banger. Do you think God is all just?
Absolutely.
Okay, so everything God does is just.
Absolutely.
Do you think God gave every single person like all of the traits that they have? Like, do you think he designed each individual person to be the way that they are?
No.
Okay, so does God, if God didn't design us, then does he have a plan for us? Like, how can God have a plan for us if he didn't design us?
You don't have a plan. It's called free will.
Oh, so God doesn't have a plan for us? So all this like God's plan talk is nonsense?
What are you talking about? Like,
so you don't think God has a plan?
You got to give me some specific.
I'm just asking you if you think God has a plan for us.
Yeah, I think God has a plan to the end. Absolutely.
But does God have a plan for us?
For each and every one individual? That I don't know, bro. I'm not God. I can't answer that question.
That's fine. So, if God is just, no, that's fine. I actually don't think I have enough to go off of. So I'll just do the anatomy one. The anatomy argument's like killer. Do you think God designed our anatomy?
Yeah, I think he knows what's going to be male, female. Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. So why would God give us an anatomy that makes grape possible when he could have made an anatomy that makes grape impossible?
Grape. What are you talking about?
Like rape, but I need to say grape, otherwise TikTok terms of service or like the TikTok auto mod starts like wagging its finger at you.
Okay, I got you. So those types of things are men's sinful, lustful ways. That is not a God intention. I mean, if you even go back into the Bible, which is what God gave us His Word, what did they do to the people that done grape? If that's what we want to say.
No, but Justin, God is all knowing, isn't He?
He is all knowing.
Okay, so when he created us, he knew that with the way he created us, we would have the capability of grape. When he could have just made us in a way that didn't allow for that, and he actively chose not to do that. Why would he do that?
So because of sin, when sin entered into the world, that has tainted everything good.
Did sin change our anatomy?
That's why Jesus Christ had to come and die, so we can even go to heaven because we're so sinful people.
Do you think our anatomy changed? Did sin change our anatomy?
Our anatomy?
Hey,
yeah.
No.
Oh yeah. So if it's currently anatomically possible for grape to occur, and our anatomy never changed, then even before the fall, even before the entrance of sin into the world, it was anatomically possible for grape to happen with the anatomy that we were given by God in your worldview. So why would God make it anatomically possible to do grape with our anatomy when God could have given us like the fish anatomy, or he could have given us like consent pheromones to make like a grape a literal, like physical, anatomical impossibility?
Also, Justin, I had this question from before. If pleasure is all bad, then would something like grape, which has absolutely zero pleasure in it for one party, be better? Because there's only pleasure for one party instead of two.
God damn.
Well, again, the grape would be a act of violence, not an act of pleasure or purity. Maybe it was a selfish thing for that one person, but that is a crime for one, humanity, a crime, one, against another person. So for even that to be in the conversation to say, well, pleasure or whatever, that question was even being irrelevant just because that's a crime. Even it's a crime against what God's created. God didn't want that. But the sinful act of man, right? The sinful act of man, that's what men do. Not all, don't misquote me there, not all, but in that sinful act, that happens. And so, no, God didn't want that. But people have that free will and that sinful act, and yes, they will do it. And it's a crime.
So I'm curious, if two people are forced to procreate, They don't want to procreate with each other, but they are forced to. Is that just in your opinion?
Well, who's doing the forcing?
Well, yeah, let's just say that like
Is
somebody
that
like
relevant?
takes two people at like gunpoint and they're like procreate, reproduce, or I'm gonna like shoot both of you. Do you think that that's like a good thing? And let's say let's go a step.
That is a disturbing question, right
Let's
there.
go a
But I
step
guess I
farther.
can try
Let's
to
take it
answer,
one
yeah.
step farther. Let's say that neither of these people would otherwise have children.
So they won't have children and got gunpoint to their head and they have to do it, but they didn't.
Yeah, and then they have children. Do you think that that's a good thing?
I mean,
that's
there's
a
no pleasure involved.
there's a disturbing question for sure. If that has ever happened, those people need to be seriously checked out.
But the question is it ethical? Would that be an ethical thing to do?
I think it would be up to the two people that had it at gunpoint if they were going to make that decision or not for their own life.
Well, but would that be like it? Would it be ethical for the gunman to do that?
It would be a crime.
But would it be ethical? Lots of things are
scenario.
like jaywalking is a crime, but it's not unethical.
But
And like cheating on your wife is like super unethical, but it's not a crime.
forcing anybody. I mean, that would even be a rape itself within the two people. The one that had the gun. That's a total whole crime.
Yeah, I
That's not
agree.
even
But
in the
like,
conversation
if
we're
all you
having.
care about is like reproduction, then wouldn't that lead to reproduction that otherwise wouldn't happen?
That is a terrible way to try to prove a point, brother.
Just answer the question. Let's not be a cowering Craig here. Let's just be like an answering the question, Andy.
That is a terrible. No, it's a crime. That's a crime. I'm not going
But
to answer a crime.
I'm asking if
That
it's
is evil,
moral.
man. That is evil.
I'm asking if it's perfect. So it's immoral. Wait. So why would that be?
So bad.
Yeah,
dude.
perfect. And that is immoral because of what?
Because it's a crime. Sinful people.
Oh, so if this happened before laws existed, would that be fine?
Laws always existed.
No, they didn't. We
That's
lived in
very much
hunter-gatherer
not the case.
societies for like 97 or like 99% of human history.
Well, when I read the Bible, it's always existed as God's law.
Oh, sure. So when
So laws always
exactly
that's why they fail from the garden when they did something God they weren't supposed to do. So when Adam and Eve ate of the fruit,
exactly
they fail, right?
Wait. Okay, but when exactly does the Bible outlaw grape?
It's always outlawed grape.
No, it doesn't. That's not in Genesis.
It doesn't come out and say it, but it's immoral.
Well, oh yeah. So it never outlaws it. Perfect. So the Bible never outlaws grape.
It does. It shows you where.
Yeah,
when
wait,
when
so
the
can you
girls-
show me
when the
where?
Girls when the girls have got graped, what did they do to the accuser? They killed him.
Oh yeah. And what book was this in?
It was Jacob's daughter.
In what book?
Oh man, what Jacob book is that?
I mean, because if it's not Genesis, then your point goes out the window, right? Your point specifically is that the Bible has always held that grape is bad. That's not going to be the case.
Yeah, it's in
that's
Gen-
like,
it's in
and that's
Genesis.
like that's
It's
like
in
super.
Genesis.
That's super not the case at the point in time when Mary is a minor and can't
Genesis.
consent.
No, it's in Genesis.
Oh yeah, wait, is it? Wait, what verse?
Well, I'm riding down the road right now. I'm not in there, but I know it's in.
Wait, are
the
you driving?
children of Jacob. Yeah.
Oh, you can't be driving. That's against TikTok TOS.
No,
Damn
don't
it.
do that.
Yeah, you can't be driving. No way. God, I love this guy. This guy's great. Yeah, this one's a treat. Make sure you're double tapping
I'm
on that
scared.
screen. Yo, do you know Jeffrey?
No.
Who's Jeffrey?
Oh my God, this guy's great. This guy's a class act. I love this guy. Damn
Your
it.
tone makes me feel really safe.
For real. Fuck. Love Jeffrey. No, it's a bad one. You wouldn't like Jeffrey.
Yeah, I gathered.
No, Jeffrey genuinely believes that he's like Jeffrey will deadass tell you that he is the son of God, that he's Jesus Christ.
What?
And he means it.
Yeah, he like literally came onto my stream and doxed himself. He gave me his like exact home address because he was like so confident that he couldn't be harmed in front of like 1,000 people. It was crazy.
That's spiritual psychosis. Anyway.
Yeah, for real. What's up?
For real.
How's it going?
How's it going for y'all? How's it going?
Yeah. How old are you?
Hi. I'm 20.
Okay. Do you think being lesbian is wrong?
Yes, but can I tell you what I believe?
If it's like why being lesbian is wrong, I guess go for it.
Okay, so basically what I believe is... Wait, let me chill. I'm like really nervous. There's a lot of people.
It's okay.
No worries. It's a glorified FaceTime call.
Yeah, it's like, it's actually not that many people. It's like whatever.
Yeah. Okay. So what I believe is Jesus sent his son down to die, and he raised from the dead.
Jesus, wait, you mean the Father sent Jesus
the Father
down, or
sent
Jesus?
to die,
Yeah, okay, cool.
And he raised from the dead, and he came here because we were corrupted with the sin. And the reason why I think it is wrong is because I think all sin leads to death, and that is in the Bible, that all sin leads to death. And the thing with that is a lot of people go, well, okay, if you don't allow it, you don't allow love. If you don't allow it, then you're hating. But the thing is, it's just another part of adultery, like with the Bible. So if you think about it,
could you tell me how like lesbianism leads to death?
Because all sin leads to death, and anything that's against God leads to death.
Oh, the conclusion, of course. Why didn't I just think about the conclusion? So this is like a circular argument. So you're saying like being lesbian is bad
Can I talk,
because
please?
because you've been like yapping
If
for
you
a while.
interrupt me, I'm gonna leave.
Wait, okay, then leave. That's fine. But the point is, I accept your surrender. It's fine. Like you can go if you want to. It's up to you.
Okay,
but
so
your argument, I just want to break this down, is that you're saying that you're saying that all sin leads to death, and I'm asking you, how does lesbianism lead to death? As like a counter to your point that all sin leads to death.
Okay,
And then
I'll
your
answer
response is to go back to the original claim to say that all sin leads to death. That's the exact claim that I'm asking you for evidence for.
Yeah, okay. So, this is what I'm just saying I believe in the Bible, So, all sin leads to death because the thing is, when Jesus died and he came back to life, he defeated death. He is the only one to defeat death. And the reason we have evidence for that is because there was more than 5,000 witnesses that testified that Jesus rose back from the dead. And basically how I see things is it's just another part of adultery. Like how people say like looking at porn is bad. Looking at porn is bad because you're lusting at someone with your eyes, committing adultery with your heart. Jesus said that was wrong. And some Christians do struggle with that. But the thing is, like, God changed our hearts.
I have a quick question about that adultery comment.
Don't interrupt her, she'll leave.
God wants to renew and change our hearts.
Heaven forbid.
And honestly, a lot of people shame it and think it's terrible and think it's bad, which I think all sin is terrible, but the thing is all sin leads to death, and Jesus is the only one that can renew us.
Okay, can I ask a question about the adultery thing? Real quick. So, I just want you to define for me what adultery means. First.
I think adultery is cheating, looking at someone lustfully.
Okay,
and
so
adultery in your heart, and committing the act of homosexuality.
Okay, so would you say that adultery on the base level in like a straight relationship would be looking at somebody who you love when you have somebody who you're already with?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the last part?
Would you say that adultery in a straight relationship is looking at somebody else and let's say they love them, they're in a long distance relationship, quote unquote, but they already have a physical relationship with somebody at their house? Would you say that's adultery?
Yeah, it's cheating.
Okay, so if somebody who is, let's flip the script. Let's say somebody is in a in-person, quote unquote, homosexual relationship and they are loving somebody who is the opposite gender instead. Now, I know this is a hypothetical and this probably would never happen, but would you say that that's also cheating?
Yeah, I think that's cheating as well.
Okay. So then if that homosexual person just stayed with the other gender and loved one person, would that still be cheating?
Wait, what do you mean? Wait. So
well, you just lumped homosexuality with adultery.
So are you
lumped homosexuality with adultery in your little rant? Mm-hmm. So I'm asking how exactly that's adultery.
Because it goes against the law of God. That's how I see things.
Do you think adultery is just when it goes against the law of God?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you think So you think like mixing your fabrics is adultery?
Okay, so that was in Leviticus. And when you look at the laws of Leviticus, it was to separate the people from the people who would like worship certain gods, and then to separate the people who would not worship those certain gods, worship the only God, which is Yahweh. So when you look at that, a lot of like scientific evidence, like kind of like getting tattoos, doing stuff like that, that was meant to protect them because they didn't have the right material and sources in order to properly wear that.
And I'm sorry, wait, so which verse are you citing to say that like a woman with a woman is wrong?
And that is also in the New Testament as well.
Yeah. So which verse? For like what specifically woman with woman?
1 Corinthians 6:9. It
1 Corinthians 6:9.
Yes. For these will not inherit the kingdom of God. And I'm just wait. I have it on the top of my head, but I can look at it. And it goes on the list. It says murderers, adulterers, homosexuals. So it says murderers, adulterers, homosexuals. It lists out
so what's the specific Greek word that it uses? So, okay. It uses like men who practice homosexuality specifically. It's not women. It doesn't talk about women.
Well, it does also say adultery. It also says
yeah. So we're just doing another circular argument here. So and I'm asking you, where in the Bible does it talk about women loving women and that being wrong? And you gave me a verse that talks about men loving men. Unfortunately, that's not the topic.
So in Jesus says, whoever lusted a woman, Matthew 5, it says, whoever lusted a woman with eyes commits adultery with his heart.
Matthew 5 what?
Matthew 5. Yeah, it's somewhere in Matthew 5, but I can look at it. Let me see. Whoever lusts on a woman with their eyes commits adultery with their heart. And also, there's another verse about women practicing.
Wait. So do you think? Do you think like a straight man who's like really into his wife? Do you think that this is adultery too?
No, because the thing is, sex is meant for marriage, and that's in a covenant. Whenever you're in a covenant with someone, you become one flesh.
Well, yeah, but then this verse is specifically talking about lust. It doesn't say lust from women to another woman. It just says lust.
I'll show you the other verse about.
Yeah, wait. So I just want to point out. So you Corinthians fell through, so you pivoted to Matthew. Now Matthew fell through, so you're pivoting to a third verse. Yeah, let's hear your third verse.
Okay, let me find it really quick. Do you have any other questions while I'm looking at this?
No, I just want to hear.
Okay. Sorry. That's on the top of my head. Also, that 1 Corinthians verse, it just depends on what version you read as well.
Because we need to go back to the Greek. The Greek refers to specifically men.
What version are you reading?
Oh, well, it's just like the Greek itself refers to like men who engage in these acts, which like I would still defend, but unfortunately TikTok doesn't want me to. So
yeah, okay. Well, the NLT and NIV is backed up by the Dead Sea Scrolls, which were kind of like found in the 80s, which is an exact copy of the Bible.
Yeah. So what's the specific Greek word?
Also, the King James version.
What's the specific Greek word that's used in 1 Corinthians?
Well, there's also like other things to back it up with the Dead Sea Scrolls.
Oh, but the Dead Sea Scrolls. So is Corinthians New Testament? Do you have any idea what the Dead Sea Scrolls are?
Yes.
Yeah. What are the Dead Sea Scrolls?
They were found.
What are they? What's the content of them?
They're just another manuscripts of the Bible.
They're the Old Testament. Yeah. So not the New Testament.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So they're actually not. So when you said that they're backed up by the Old Testament, by the Dead Sea Scrolls, in what way are they backed up by the Dead Sea Scrolls? I'm interested.
Okay. Here, I found a.
Wait. Let's not pivot away. You said that the Corinthian verse is backed up by the Dead Sea Scrolls. In what way is the Corinthians verse backed up by the Dead Sea Scrolls? I want to hear the explanation.
Okay, well, if it's just the Old Testament, then I misspoke, and I apologize for that.
Okay, that's fine.
I found a New Testament one. It says in Romans verse 26, because of this, God gave them to their shameful lust, even their woman exchanges I'm sorry, I'm like actually dyslexic, I'm not even kidding. Sexual relations for unnatural ones. In the same way, the men also abandoned relationship with women and were inflamed with lust for one another.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, it only took you like 3 verses. So the argument's just going to be that God isn't real. So if
Can you
God's all
disprove
good, yeah, that's like pretty easy. So if God's all good, why do we have earthquakes? Mr. Perk, thank you so much for the $5 on Cash App. Huge W, Mr. Perk.
If you say God's so good, then why this and why that? What defines good?
Oh, it's just going to be an internal critique. Do you know what that is, or do you want me to explain it?
I know what that is, but
Yeah, so
you
it's an
can't really
internal
say
critique.
that God isn't real just because you think he's not good. Especially if you don't believe in him.
That's fine,
Real
but you just have to make
evidence.
yourself look. You just have to make yourself look crazy by saying earthquakes are good. Then, so go for it.
I'm not gonna say that. I don't believe that.
Oh, perfect. So then
Okay,
that's
so
fine. So if we agree that, so I agree that earthquakes are bad, and you agree that earthquakes are bad. Where did earthquakes come from?
Just because bad things happen doesn't mean that it means God isn't good.
What was
no,
my
but
question,
God
and
is-
how does that answer it?
Right, if God is all good and God creates literally everything, that includes earthquakes. And you said that we don't know what good means in this context, but you can agree, and we all can agree, that earthquakes are not good. So if God creates and allows for earthquakes, then he's doing something that's not good.
You'd
How
also
could that
have
be
to say-
possible?
You'd also have to
what
say
I
cancer's
believe. I
good.
believe. No, I don't have to say that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
wait.
you
So
are.
just like
You
just
want to
wait.
be consistent.
No, I
Just
don't,
wait.
because
Let's just answer the
why
question.
does
So
Jesus come down and heal people?
whose will are earthquakes a result of? Whose will are earthquakes a result of?
Pretty sure God controls the weather. But here's the thing.
Oh,
There's no sequence.
wait. Let's not. Wait. You can't. I'm not gonna let you breeze past that. So let's
No, I'm
like
not going to.
wait,
I'm gonna
quick,
explain myself.
wait. It'll be over in like 3 minutes. I promise. So if God does something, is it good?
Yes.
Okay. So if God does something, it's good. God does earthquakes. What do we know about earthquakes?
Why do I have to answer the questions like this? that I really
Wait,
don't
you're being a
understand?
wait. Let's not be a
No,
cowardly
because I'm
Craig.
trying-
Let's just be
wait.
a question answering Q name.
Exactly.
Quentin. Let's
Wait,
be a
no,
question answering
What
What I'm
Quentin.
saying is, God does everything for purpose and reason. That's what I
Well,
believe.
no, but that didn't really
So
answer the
if-
question.
Yeah. So
Okay,
what was
so
my
what's
what was
the
my question, and
purpose?
how does that answer
What
it?
is an earthquake?
No, what is the purpose
I
of
don't
an
know what an
earthquake?
earthquake is. Sorry.
No, it was a pretty easy follow through. Everything God does is good. God do earthquake. What is earthquake?
An earthquake.
Is
You're
Oh
so
my god.
dishonest,
No,
dude.
I'm
Just
just-
answer.
I'm just-
so
Like,
we'll do it one more
Like,
time.
why
right?
do you want me to explain it?
Wait.
No,
Let's do.
like,
We gotta do an
one more
easier one.
time.
We gotta do an easier one.
Yeah.
So
No, wait, can I
if
explain myself?
if it rains, the mail will be late. It rained. What will the mail be?
Do you say
Mail.
MAIL mail, not MALE mail.
the mail will be delayed?
Yeah, exactly. Mail will be late. Perfect. So if someone's a man, then they're mortal. Socrates is a man. What's Socrates?
I don't know.
Mortal.
Am I stupid because I don't know?
Well, I mean, quite frankly,
comment.
Not stupid,
quite
I
frankly,
don't know.
yes. But that's like besides the point. Like this is it's pretty easy logic. But let's go
Okay,
back to
well,
the
I
original
don't-
because I
I
think
don't
you'll
discourage people.
you got one
Because I
right
don't
and you
know
got
where-
one wrong. So let's get the third one. If God does something, it's good. God does earthquakes. What do we know about earthquakes?
I'm not gonna answer that because I feel like that's a dumb question.
You're a coward,
Bro,
dude. Everyone sees the
there's-
implication.
Are earthquakes
no
good
way.
or
Why
bad?
can't-
Here,
no, like,
here.
There
Let
are
me.
3 people getting us minutes and be like, you can't explain an earthquake. Like, okay, like
No
why,
one's
why do I
asking you
have
to explain what an
earthquake?
earthquake
Jimmy.
is, although you should
Like,
be
okay.
capable of explaining what earthquakes are. But we're
Okay,
gonna
I'm
move
not-
right past
like-
that.
We're gonna move on.
Wait,
to,
here.
like,
I think I have.
why I think God does everything for a reason.
Wait, no. I think
Or,
I have a
like,
good
can I
way to
answer
explain
myself?
it. I have a good way to explain what Ian's trying to say. If everything that God does is good, and earthquakes occur, are earthquakes good or bad?
Okay, let me answer my question. Let me answer y'all's question. Okay. The reason why it could be good is because God does everything for a reason. And I think every little thing adds up to one big thing. Do y'all believe that or no? Because I feel
Okay, so
like if
what
y'all
is the
didn't
purpose of an
move here,
earthquake?
then y'all would have not met the friends that y'all met. If this never happened, then that would never happen. Do y'all believe that some of the bad things that happen in y'all's life, even earthquakes, even storms, they can cause good? greater
Yeah,
good.
some of them, but I think it's like excruciatingly important to point out like the flip flop that literally everyone saw you do just now. At the beginning, when I said all you have to do is look like a crazy person by saying earthquakes are good, you said I'm not going to do that. I don't think earthquakes are good. Now here you are saying that earthquakes are good. You flipped your position.
I never said earthquakes are good.
Well, but it's like it is literally the direct implication. It's deductive. It's logic.
If you literally misuse my words, I'm gonna leave because I said that I think everything happens for a reason. That's what I just said.
Wait. But so I'm okay. Then that's fine because if you want me to pull teeth, I have no problem pulling teeth. So this is just a basic logical structure. If X is true, then Y is true. X is true, therefore we know Y is true. If God does something, it's good. We know.
I'm not gonna say earthquakes are good.